Welcome back to JoJo's Bizarre Adventures Anime Review, episode number 16. This is reviewing the 9th episode of the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind season, which is also the 122nd episode of the anime, First Orders from the Boss. Yeah, this one is adapted from chapters 468 to 471. Yeah, this is the episode of the anime that has the first appearance of Trish Yuna, the daughter of the main villain of the series, the boss. Yep, they explain a little about her backstory in here, where she's an illegitimate child, kind of like the main character. One thing I think is a little weird about this particular thing, it's like after the first few episodes, it's like the main character has been demoted to sort of a supporting character. And it seems like most of the time he doesn't do much of anything at all. I mean, in the last two-parter, he does something minor. Yeah. So they arrive at the designated location, which is a bathroom of all places, and then they try to discuss where this money is. Where this money is the most unusual place, and one place that nobody ever expect. Where is this money that they're after? Inside of a urinal. Yep, and it's activated via Baraki's ability, his zipper ability. And he's able to basically bring out Papo's fortune. So he hands over to Capo of the island, and he's basically promoted to be a new Capo, and he takes over Papo's territory. But he also gives him a specific order that Papo did not finish this particular job, but he takes over anyways. And that's guarding the boss's daughter, Trish. And that's when they explain her backstory. And, oh yeah. Yeah. And, boy, oh boy, the anime makes Trish out. Despite the fact she's 15 years old, she is smoking hot. And one of the first things, when he first introduces, she's basically disguised as a janitor. And she gets in a fight with Naruchu, I think his name is, the guy who loves using a switchblade. Yeah, and they kind of basically have a fight. She doesn't like to be touched. So basically, by the kill each other, let's knock it off. And it turns out this woman is actually Trish. You sort of see her getting changed out of the outfit, though thank God they don't show her in a nude. But do show her basically pretty much changing into her outfit she would pretty much wear for the entire rest of the series. Well, this particular part anyways. Yeah, so she has them go on. They have Sinaraki, so he's... Yeah, he gets a little bit of focus in this episode. Yeah, he gets basically the most focus. Yeah, he's sent out to do shopping, and his ability, his stand ability, which they show it off in this episode, apparently he can actually detect if anybody's following him. Oh, by the way, what is his stand ability? Little Bomber! When I saw this, I'm like, what the heck is this? Yeah, basically a toy bomber just came completely out of nowhere, though. This is basically a stand. And this thing shot up his rental car that he was driving. I'm not kidding, it shot it up all because this one guy whose stand ability is tiny feet. Yeah, and this guy's stand ability is that he can shrink himself like he's freaking Ant-Man and go into this guy's pocket, and this guy doesn't even notice he's in his back pocket. He's all over. This is after he had basically pulverized his car with bullets and blew out the back seat with a bomb. A tiny bomb. Yeah, and the guy's like, a bomb? Bam! It blew up. It's so funny. Yeah. He also notices the stuff that he bought, which is for Trish. Excuse me, you got the stockings, the nylons, stuff like that. Yeah. So, he's going to have to buy that stuff again because he destroyed it. And he's also going to have to replace that car. Yeah, the car is going to have to be... Yeah, the amount of damage it did to it, that's a good, $2,000 or $3,000 worth of damage because he basically broke all the windows. He's got to replace the seats, and he's also got to replace a couple of the doors, and he's also got to fix pretty much most of the interior because of the bomb he left off in the car. Yeah, he's going to have to pay about $3,000 worth of damage. Yep, and of course the car is a rental. And the reason why he's asked is because, well, his sensibility is able to detect stuff. Yeah, and that's for the rest of the characters. Baraki gets a chance to do a little bit of something. I would have loved it if not long. I don't remember because it's been a while since I've read it. I don't know if there is a conversation between Genovi and Trish over their shared history, the fact that both illegitimate children, and the fact these two have, well, at this point anyways, Trish may fire later, that these two have never met their father. Of course, the main character doesn't know the fact that his father was freaking Dio Brando, one of the series' best villains, and considered by many to be one of the greatest anime villains of all time. Yeah. Though, even though he's not in this particular part, his presence is sort of here a little bit. His presence also felt in Part 6, due to him being connected to the main villain of Part 6, which is a priest. I haven't had a chance to finish. I still haven't finished Part 6 yet, surprisingly. Yeah, this was actually a pretty good episode and a good progression to the story. But, yeah, if you watch this in the anime, you're like, okay, it seems like that the main character, this particular part, the main JoJo, it seems like after episode 4, the guy just does almost nothing. He does very little to affect the plot of this thing. Well, there kind of is a reason for that, and of course you gotta give the character's development. Now, I know they did this also with part 3. They're basically they're doing some homaging to the part 3 with him. We're having the main character travel with Entourage, and of course, and also kind of take on the main villain in a way. And of course, they bring back at least 2 people from Part 3 in this particular season. They bring back the main JoJo for his second time he's appeared afterwards. He also appears in Part 6, surprisingly. Yeah, he also appears in Part 6. And they also bring back one of his... Well, they do bring up Ponolith, the guy who got his part of his foot chopped off in Part 3. Yeah, he comes back here. I don't know when he shows up, but I know he does show up in this thing because I've seen him. And I've seen his fate basically happens. Oh, in case you're wondering, he does not die in this thing. But something really weird happens to him. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, as for the guy who has the stand ability of tiny feet, they don't really say his name. When they first introduce him, he's basically petting his cat like he's frickin' Blofeld. And then he does something completely unexpected. I've never seen a villain do this. I've seen villains where they're evils, they kill cats. This guy doesn't kill his cat. What does he do with it? He stuffs it in a bottle. I am not kidding about that. That is seriously what he does. This cat shoves it in a bottle. And I'm wondering, is the cat still there? It's a weird thing to see in the anime. Look out, they don't show him actually stuffing the cat in the jar. Basically what he did is he shrunk it. Well, look like what I can tell, he shrunk it down a little bit so it could fit inside that bottle no problem, because you can't. I mean, this is what it looks like. It looks like it's a soda bottle from one of the old glass bottles. I've actually drank out of those things before. These particular type of bottles, the glass ones. Mostly, I've just had. I've only had two types of soda drunk. I've only drank 2 types of soda out of the old glass bottles. I've drank orange soda and I've drank strawberry soda. From the look of it, it looks like he drank strawberry soda. I don't think it was beer. Yeah, from the look of it, it looks like very red. It could also, but the shape of the bottle, it looks like a soda bottle. Because I don't think it's a wine bottle. I've seen what wine bottles look like. Wine bottles basically have sort of this particular weird shape with long necks. That is a wine bottle. The one they show on the show is a soda bottle, because it's sort of twisty on the top. Yeah, that's a soda bottle. So it looks like this guy drank strawberry soda, with still like a little bit in the bottom. It looks like he did finish it, but there's still like a little bit in the bottom. Maybe he left it for the cat to drink. I have no idea. Doesn't probably think it could be juice. Yeah, but juice I've never seen come in that particular bottle at all. Mostly it's just soda. That's just my opinion anyways. Yeah. Otherwise though, really good episode. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, nothing really terrible except they don't really give a name to the actual villain in this thing. Yeah, some of the names they give some of the villains in here are so bizarre. Like the villain of the last 2 parts, his name was Sale. I'm not kidding, his name was Sale. I know that there is a famous artist named Tim Sale, but it seems like this guy's his first name is Sale. Yeah. That's the thing when you have writers where they just pick names at random. The only series I've seen like this, where some names just picked completely at random, is a Kamegata Kill, where several characters have just random names. Like mine, run, wave. Yeah, really weird. Yeah, but it looks like it's going to be another two-parter, which is not surprising because that's pretty much what this particular season has had. Two-parter, 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 and two-parter. Yeah, it looks like so far we're right now on the fifth two-parter of the entire season. In the case of, let's say, the previous seasons, they didn't exactly have this many two-parters in a row. No, not necessarily. Yeah, the way that the other ones went, it seems like it was regular, one cohesive, regular story. That's the way it was for Fan of Blood, Battle Tenacity. Star Wars Crusaders did have occasional, like, two or three two-parters, but not where it's like two-parters, like, having like five in a row. Yeah, this is a bit unusual, but that's the series for you. So that's particularly it for this particular review. Stay tuned for my reviews of the second half of Chapter 99 of One Punch Man and the newest chapter of My Hero Academia. But until I see you in the next review, bye.